This is much better. I believe, right? Anyway, try to make sure fucking room's not a mess. I mean, my room is a mess. It's just I don't want you to see what a mess it is. It's not that terrible, but I definitely don't make my bed every day. I do lie in it. Just sitting here too long hurts my tailbone, so I've tried not to sit here too long, right? And that results in it just looks so sleazeball playing World of Warcraft from bed. I know I'm not the only person on planet Earth that does it, but whatever. I need music. Wait, music. Play music. Taco Bell. Taco Bell. If you don't like this song, then you can leave. Oh my god, Jerry. You got 4 people still. Ziggy, ziggy, ziggy. We need a 5th person to do this. Oh man, look at that gear. Good God, what have we got going on here? Oh my God, that's somebody's alt's alt. That's my alt's alt. Look at that. Fuck me running. Of course I forget the chapstick. It's my favorite food group. God damn it, dude. Somebody's ball hair in my mouth. It's not mine. You can tell by the taste. Yeah, I'm a ball hair connoisseur. all these people's gear is shitty. This is what happens when you play WoW at 2 in the morning. You're like everybody's alt, you know. I'm like on my main character because I, whether or not I want to make a shaman or a, I don't really know, man. I'm like gonna make like a shadow priest or something eventually, but oh great, he's never done this on heroic. Well, he's never did this on heroic. His name's Timu Reeves. Tiamu Reeves. Give me a second to well, let me turn the fan off real quick. Oh shit, I've been muted the entire. Yeah, the fucking pagan dude. He's just got an onk. Yeah, but he's the rest. Is he a healer? Why? On God's, if they say great or gray earth, because it's not really much of a gray ball, but whatever. God's great earth. Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna hit yourself at least once with the goddamn thing, but there's no. Is this guy the healer? How did the healer get aggro? Oh man, his 3v3 team's higher rated than mine. 2v2. Yeah, my teams are all shit, man. Oh. Goes without saying. Right. Goes without saying. Well, we have 2 shamans. Oh man. He's not even showing up my threat meter. The guy, come on. When people start talking in chat and their fucking shit shows up as like hieroglyphics and stuff, you're like, they're not even from America or whatever, planet Earth. I meant to say planet Earth, but yeah, probably not from America either. You're like, fuck it. They call them Yayas. They're from South America, and they're all super shitty at World of Warcraft, and I don't know why they don't just play on their own server, really. So we're gonna yellow latency. Why is my lag? Why am I lagging? Doesn't seem like it. Anyway. Fuck that. Fuck that. Where is this person at? Shattered halls? It's one of those situations in which I get all the way there and they go, well, we really need you to have improved Blizzard. No. No, you don't. No, I don't. The last time we had a guy with improved Blizzard, the other mage did half my damage and it took twice as long to get through the instance. Because we're past that point. You guys believe me? It's kind of hot, man. It's fucking sweating balls. Your balls, my balls, our balls, our balls. Here's the thing. I have this weird obsession with movie props. Not in real life. I can't. It's not necessarily a habit that I can currently afford. But open up the window, bro. But I want the fucking original Lazy Boy from basketball. I like to collect. I want to collect all these. Oh, bro, tokenized. That would be awesome. Actually, now that I think about it, I was saying that shit about the Game 5 ball the other day. I don't hold any of the token or anything, but I think it's a novel idea. Like Scottie Pippen or his team or whatever tokenized the Game 5 ball, which is it's a hella good idea. Either way, the premise is they created a meme coin to go with a tokenized real world asset, like a sports collectible, something you can't just like buy at the store, right? But the thing is I have in my mind this idea for this video game, right? This AI video game. So the concept consists of being able to mint an NFT that would be the legendary item for the game, like the real NFT. You know how people are like, oh, these Bored Ape yacht clubs and shit go for however much, you know, whatever the value of them is. But the point would be to have like I hate to say, like, the museum is not the main attraction basically, but for anybody that wanted to tokenize like sports memorabilia, God, it's a word you struggle with, right? Memorabilia, so like historic things too. Like I said, was a guy's name that landed on the moon and played golf, his golf clubs. But the thing is that the Game 5 ball is currently, and I'm just speculating, right? So it's currently just a meme coin that it doesn't represent any ownership. It's more just like a community thing, right? But the idea would be to actually mint one rare NFT, like one of a kind NFT that like would represent a in-game kind of rare item for, like, you know how Fortnite skins are super popular? And people always put like these they spend like tons of money on Fortnite skins to make their character unique or whatever. But this would be like an AI video game where your AI kind of roams and posts online and just exists in its own kind of universe that you can actually interact with it on Twitter and Facebook and all that shit. But the point would be like to enable for there to be a process where you could tokenize real world assets represented by rare NFT, like one rare NFT, one of a kind, right? And then that's like the legendary thing, right? That's like the super rare item. People want the thing, right? But the meme coin, if you hold a certain amount of the meme coin associated with the NFT, your character can also display the item, but not the legendary version, right? So like everybody knows that's the legendary version of the thing, right? The AI video game is not there yet, obviously. It looks like there's where to even start with the thing, right? But the thing is like, yeah, I'm a big fan of the movie Basketball. Basically, I'm sitting there thinking like, as much as I don't watch basketball or anything, if they tokenize Lazy Boy though, like the actual ball from basketball, dude, I'd be a fool for it. Like my AI, right? You can have like an item, right? So you're just like, they would have one legendary Lazy Boy NFT, right? He's like, he's just ripping off his idea. I'm not ripping off. I'm giving credit where credit's due. But like on my character, since I'm not a basketball fan, if they tokenized the Lazy Boy ball from basketball though, Yeah, that would be on my character for sure, dude. Or the wild wacky action bike. I just fucking love South Park. But that's kind of the premise. It's all not there yet, obviously, but in a long enough timeline, I really do see some sort of Second Life video game that. Um, did someone cut my character's hair? What the fuck is that about? What was that? Anyway. But the point would be like, you want your AI to exist on all the social media platforms and to have a presence pretty much everywhere. And then you want like a second app called like, I guess, Virtual Me or Second Life 2.0, whatever, you know, the name's arbitrary, doesn't matter. And where you can customize your character and access the NFT marketplace and equip your gear and your items and stuff. And then like, when your AI will like go through your inventory, change your shit around. And when your AI makes a post of itself, you can request like, hey, take a selfie at the so-and-so, right? Take a picture of itself, showing you what it's wearing and stuff. And the idea that like all these venues that have these like the reason I got this idea was the Met Gala the other day. There was a gathering of people. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but like, you know, people like me just sit at home and don't watch it, but there are people like me that do watch it. But it'd be cool if they were like, well, there's like 200 or 300 people that attend, and then but we're opening up the doors for 4,000 or 5,000 virtual participants, you know, where if you have one of these AIs on this video game, you can send your AI to the event, right? And it can participate, and you would see like an augmented reality process where just as much as you see all these famous people walking the red carpet and taking pictures and flashing cameras and all that stuff, you would see your AI, you know, as if it were just actually like attending. And you wouldn't be able to tell the difference depending on how cartoonish your AI looks, right? But the point would be to see the seating arrangement and stuff, and it'd be cool to see because you would think like any one of the regular participants probably would also have their AI attend, right? So there's like, you get to see them, and I got this idea from the people that were posting some of like the Kendrick Lamars or whatever, these people showing up and they were CGI'd and augmented and looking like robots and magma monsters and all that stuff. So, I mean, I think it's a brilliant idea. It's got to be executed correctly, because if it's done haphazardly, then it's like you cannot exhaust something with that much potential and fail and fuck it up and ruin everything forever. You know, it's like it's got to be done right. It's got to be done like meticulously. And the point to be though is like, you think, well, BlizzCon and WoWCon and all that stuff, right? Like, well, if you could come up with a game that's that popular, then you would want to essentially, if possible, any of the tokenized real-world assets that are super rare. So, like, you could imagine at some point in time, like Michael Jackson stuff, like collectibles, things, David Bowie things, you know, Queen, just like super collectible shit, right? People want to see in like that would normally be in a museum. Like, if you were to have a conference once or twice a year, you could bring some of the items together and say, like, well, you know, it's kind of like it's not the main stake feature, but like as a side bonus is like, well, the virtual Me conference, right? And then people attend, and like on this year we're gonna have on display these items, or have like just a regular full-time museum somewhere that displays some of the items for the people that are comfortable signing over or handing over the actual physical, not ownership, but curatorship or whatever you call it, stewardship, whatever you call it, to a museum or like whatever, you know. But the point is, yeah, it's like, I could imagine, dude, like, as fanatical as I am about the goddamn Lazy Boy, and I've always said, like, I want the thing, you know. There's got to be more than one of it somewhere. But, you know, because I like to collect. That's why I posted that picture of that wild, wacky action bike. Because I'm like, you know, at some point in time, they had to, Matt Stone and Trey Parker had to sit there with, like, I guess probably some Korean, and say, like, and draw it out on paper, like, we want it to look like this, and like, it looks just like some piece of garbage 90s toy, like the same colored green plastic and stuff. I'm like, I want the fucking thing, you know. I want the wild, wacky action bike too. Right. Anyway, it's got to be out there somewhere. Like, but that's the thing is, like, you know, your Fortnite character, you know how people dress them up and all that stuff. It's the same premise. Now the point is how do you make a game that's as popular as Fortnite with this feature, And I would think a passive, like Second Life, real world AI kind of virtual me experience, or whatever you want to call it, would be the way to do it, where you have to pay, I guess, a monthly subscription fee, and then they have to kind of, some of the social media websites have to like kind of open up their terminals or their back end access for people to do like a more lightweight version of the automation thing that exists currently, so that way it's like actually affordable for people to have their AIs post and respond accordingly, right? But it would be interesting to see. But now the Met Gala is, I've been saying this for like for a few months now, and then I saw the Met Gala and I'm like, that's exactly the thing I was talking about. I probably sitting right here talking about the shit just a few months ago. But that's the general idea. There's a whole bunch more to it, but you know, that's just one facet of it. You know, there's a whole bunch more to it. All these people taking their picture and asking Grok what it would look like if I were at the Met Gala. You know, I'm like, well, why not? Why not have like a virtual version of that instead of like, what does it look like? You actually, like, you know, have a process of where your AI can actually attend. You know what I mean? And you could like your AI fucking shaking hands with whatever, somebody else's AI or the actual other person, you know. And I know for a fact that the chances are that there's a lot of people that take the AI thing more seriously than they do like the actual like getting dressed up and going to events, right? So the idea that there are probably people that attend that would say, I'd rather just have my AI go. You know what I mean? Is there any way my AI can just go for me? You know, the people that take that kind of thing seriously, right? I mentioned this the other day, but I don't think I was streaming on X. So, but the idea that you would have a one-of-a-kind mintable NFT or a limited mint NFT, I guess. I've never really done the NFT thing. I don't necessarily know how many there are, or like whatever, but I saw how much people are paying for them though, and I thought, well, if they're willing to pay that much for them, it'd be nice if they actually had a use, you know? And then like another another thing potentially is whatever lightweight game kind of goes with it, the farming process. So instead of like just minting a bunch of meme coins and selling them through an exchange or whatever, you could make it to where the meme coins drop like one by one off of like like, you know, like some type of thing you could set up, you know, like a lightweight kind of game to go along with it, where the mining process is like, well, you do this and you get like a meme coin per hour, and then after you get 100 of them, you can, you know, but you don't have to sit there and play 100 hours. It's like a more of a passive game. It's like you just kind of manage your character. You don't necessarily play a whole lot, so that way you get the grind, and you get the impression that you're doing all the shit whenever you know, like hardcore World of Warcraft people are, without like it basically consuming your life, you know. But there's that option for it to, you know, completely consume your life, you know, and all that. But I like the idea of, I'm always weary of zero capital deploy assets, right? Like, so something that costs nothing to mint that is worth something, right? I'm weary of it. So this is a way of like, well, you can kind of deploy a meme coin for just a few cents, or whatever the cost is to deploy a meme coin, and then there's no perceived value because that's not the point. And then the free market can take care of the rest. You know what I mean? Whatever it sees value, just like World of Warcraft gold, they don't, monsters in WoW don't drop gold with the idea that like, oh, this is how you're gonna pay your car off, right, or whatever. They give you the gold for free as an element of the game, and then the free market dictates, right, dictates the value of it through, you know, capitalism and all that. So the meme coin thing though is like, well, you know, for this week only, you know, instead of like Fortnite, like, oh, the new map drops and all of a sudden this new content and your new skins and it's all at once, right? You're like, well, for 5 or 6 weeks we have the fucking the lazy boy meme coin ball drop or whatever, and it's like each time you kill a monster you get 1 meme coin, and then you have to kill 1,000 monsters to display the item on your character. So instead of just giving the people the skins for their thing, you have to kind of sit there and participate in the game, at least to whatever extent that is. It's kind of the point, I guess, of it. But the thing is like, right? All this shit is great. It just needs to get there first, right? I think it's like if that guy's as fanatical about a football as I am the goddamn lazy boy thing, then yeah, no wonder, right? Like I'm a Fruit Loop for fucking some of the stuff, right? Or potentially a thing where like, well, the top meme coin holder is the person who gets to display the NFT. Does that make sense? Possibly. So there's one ultra rare NFT, and then the person with the most of the meme coin gets to display the legendary. If that makes sense. This is all not thought out that well, but these are ideas. So that way, like the farm is more than just we'll display the rare or whatever, the regular display item, but if you can be the one to display the fucking display the thing on your character, right? Because you think the reason why I think that might work better is unfortunately the only things that are going to be like not to say worth tokenizing, but at first it's going to be things that are rare, like real life memorabilia or like cool kind of like rare items and stuff, which not everybody playing the game might have one of those things, right? So if they were to agree to say the NFT is, I don't know how you do it without automated the trading process, so where whoever the top holder is gets to display it, but it does offer some kind of competition, you know. And then if the meme coins are exchangeable, so yeah, you had to farm some, and yeah, you had to purchase them off of an exchange, but ultimately the value for the meme coin would be driven by how perceived valuable, like how lucrative is the actual NFT that goes along with it, which might make it difficult though, because you think like, well, then why is there an incentive for anybody else to have the meme coin then? Yeah, I don't know. There's something here though that works if you think about it enough, I guess, right? And all this stuff, I put it in crypto terms because that's all I know, right? So there's probably a process here that really, there's probably a process that works that would also just work as a standalone thing, you know? It doesn't have to involve any crypto. I just, you know, so. It's like a frame of reference. Right. Wow. Actually. Maybe make it 3-tiered or something like. Well, no. Okay. So what you can do? No, that still works though, because you still get to display the rare item, right? Not to stammer over my words, but long day basically. So the person who holds the most gets to display the NFT that's a legendary, and then anyone that holds a certain amount gets to display the rare item, which is like to wear the skin on their character. But there is only one legendary version of it. Yeah, no, that works. That way there's like, oh, he's got the legendary, then fucking why should I hold the token, right? Like, well, there's an incentive there still, so that works. And if it doesn't work specifically as a crypto thing, then as a video game possibly, right? Like whatever works best. I'm sure the conclusion can be drawn by somebody where what does and doesn't work. All these guys are in the same guild, Mythic. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've heard the guild before. Do I have a... But the idea is like you want it to be a game that your parents can play. You know what I mean? Thing about WoW is like it was such a good video game, and yeah, eventually at some point in time, parents signed on, you know, and played WoW, but mostly teenagers and young adults and all that stuff. But you want a game to where like you can fucking reasonably have like a person that's your mom or dad play and not like require all of their life to do it. You know, basic gear that they can get, kill a few monsters, display some I don't know whatever your dad or mom likes. Probably BDSM masks or whatever. But that way it's not like an old time consuming kind of thing, but you can still have fun playing it. God damn it, that guy keeps whacking my goddamn sheep. Oh, Jerry. Yeah, and the thing is, another thing I'm thinking of, like, how do you make it, like, what can the game consist of? This is all kind of lame shit, so please, God, don't, like, make fun of me if you want to, I give a shit less. But, like, people attacking each other's AIs is potentially another thing. Like, if you were familiar with, like, chat rooms and stuff in the 90s, one of the things people did was called sparring, and it's kind of lame, but whatever. But, like, where you basically, like, forward slash attack, kind of, like, so-and-so, and, like, punch, kick, slap and all that stuff. And like it does a certain amount of damage or whatever, like potentially the idea that you could have your AI attack another person's AI through through something like that, right? And various debuffs and stuff that an AI might get after being attacked by like a bunch of people or getting into a fight with one other individual or whatever. I thought it'd be funny to see like where all these rappers always feud and stuff, and they try to shoot and kill each other for whatever reason. But like, if they were beefing, if that's the word that the kids use these days, that like both their AIs would show up like with cuts and bruises and shit, like they'd gotten into an actual fight, right? Instead of them actually having to shoot and kill each other. But if you've ever played those old like turn-based games on old browsers and stuff, like Gangsters and Aliens or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, oh, you're whatever, you're gangsters, and like I know it sounds lame because it is super lame, but you played this, you played this game at some point in time, Outwar and all that, right? One of you has. I know one of you has played Outwar before, right? But those like browser-based games, that how do you do that kind of thing, right? I guess I say it's lame, man, but those goddamn cell phone games and stuff are like you think crypto makes a lot of money, right? It's like turn-based Angry Birds and all that shit, like just lightweight kind of lame games to go along with it, right? Like how do you attack somebody's AI? Like can you buy like RPGs and hand grenades and stuff for your character? Like you see the people Fortnite skins, Call of Duty skins and all that stuff all have these features, right? Like, that's why I say it's lame uh, but eventually it won't be. Just like it always ends up not being lame, right? But you have to take away whatever the element is that, like, have you ever played any of those games where you start out and like you get to play for about an hour before some guy that's played the game since day one shows up and like farms your base down to fucking nothing but rubble and tills salt into your plows salt into your crops and all that, and you're like, fuck, it takes away all the fun, doesn't it? So if there were like a level-based combat system where like level 10s can only duel level 10s and level 20s can only duel level 20s or whatever, so only max level people can attack each other, so lobies don't get farmed off the fucking platform, basically. Hey, that warlock's doing more damage than me. Oh, oh, why did you? How did? Oh, he feared those because they're undead or whatever. All right, gang. But you want it to exist on X and Facebook, and you want it to make TikTok videos if you want it to, and all this shit'll cost credits to do. You know what I mean? So, but it's gonna get it can be expensive, but people pay that all the fuck time for these World of Tanks and all that shit, right? There's a reason why it's $1 billion industry. Cell phone games and all that, despite being relatively shitty content. You know what I mean? Or like lightweight, kind of like not very in-depth video games and all that. But you want it to be more of like a social networking experience. So not so much playing a game as it is like you manage your character, and it just kind of does its thing, and you kind of observe and participate, and these things are considered to be property, and potentially your AI, if a platform that you can develop that'll last forever, yeah, you could see a situation in which these things are inherited from one person to another as time goes on, and like if you make them very valuable and you make a game that lasts forever. Oh, don't pull the boss yet. He's not. Okay, good. Da-da. Yes, the aliens thing, right? What was that? More of a distraction today? Yeah, no, I know they're real, but they're not giving us the real scoop on those motherfuckers. I already know. Of all the things that the government can do and all the things the government does well, on the very short list of things they do well, keeping secrets is can be one of them, right? They don't always keep secrets well, but when they do. Resisted. But you also do want them to have their own virtual planets, so like, you want them to, right? It's like, imagine if you could just ask for anything for Christmas, right? It's basically what it is. Imagine you just basically can ask for anything for Christmas, right? I'd hope so. Like, what would you ask for? The coolest thing ever. Just like it's more work to explain it than it is to make the fucking thing, probably. I hope so, man. If there ever were a reason to celebrate, it's definitely Christmas. Right? Yeah, and the monsters, they shoot lasers, and then you get real stuff in the mail for it. Right? It's not a terrible idea. 3D printers, Nintendo, Pokemon, North Korea, right? Korean barbecue, right? Tamagotchis, right? Every addictive toy on planet Earth. Tetris, Twister, Pokemon, Tamagotchi, Neopet, cotton candy. That's the thing is, I'm like a somber individual. They get me talking about something that I feel like I'm like, oh, there, my ears perk up, and I'm like, yeah, right, like, chill the fuck out, dude. You're making everybody nervous, says the guy, right? He's probably brought his samurai sword to the airport on more than one occasion, right? Now you guys know how I feel about Bitcoin. This was me for like the first 10 years of Bitcoin. Yeah, right. It's like paintball guns. Dad's like, would you please shut up about this fucking Bitcoin and paintball guns? Right. Yeah, sure, whatever. But I want this thing to work, but it's like, it's a fucking, talk about a nuance, to say nuance, but like, something very difficult to do. It has to be done correctly because it's such a good idea. You don't want it to fucking end up the Sims version of Net Zero or whatever, right? Hmm. Oh, this isn't the right song. Where is Pickle Rick? Pickle Rick. But you want them to have their own planet, right? Like I said, you want them to have like a Westworld-like zone, and then a so and so and so forth. So there's like a grind potentially for each one of these zones. Like if you want cowboy gear, you know what I mean, or you want robot stuff, you got to go through the Cylon area where the robots and the humans live together in harmony. Oh, the purge zone though. We've discussed all this stuff, right? Yeah, how do I move there? Is the question. Can you upload my brain into a computer and just let me go live there instead? Yeah, eventually, probably. God knows they're working on this shit, probably. Right. It's all just an idea now, though. Although people are waiting years and years for Grand Theft Auto 6. I would play this over Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm not a big fan of Grand Theft Auto. It was good for PlayStation 3, Vice City, and all that stuff, and then the menu, you get menu anxiety playing Grand Theft Auto Online or whatever. I think I pulled aggro. But fuck. Come on now. Turn yourself into a pickle. It's an awesome song. Did it. Look, if you people tolerated getting told by the government that you have to sit inside for like 3 or 4 years at a time, and people were paying to have their cardboard cutouts at Cardinals games and shit, yeah, I'm sure you'll play this game. Right? Even if we need another lockdown to do it, right? Right. Don't, relax. Relax, Hitler, right. If we have to have another lockdown to make my video game successful, goddammit, I'll do it. Think about it though, I mean, it would be a good time, really, to launch an AI video game. Like, everybody sitting on their couch. Ah, oh man. All but 139 health there. You crit me. Yeah, 139 health. What are the chances? Why? Yep, I was there for his very first tour ever in 2002 or 3 or whatever it was. Might have been 2004, but I think it was 2003. I told you guys, I saw him in concert. He was there with his parents. It was Sauget, Illinois, right? He's from Libertyville, Illinois. I guess it's somewhere further north or whatever, but I got to see him. His parents look just like the guy's singing right now, MC Chris, right? His parents look like him, but with disguise. His parents look just like him with disguises on. Looked like his parents' twin. He looked just like his mom and dad. I'm like walking through the front door. There's two people that are like an entire head length shorter than everybody, just like him. I'm like, the fucking Boys from Brazil kind of shit is this, right? Clones? He cloned himself and made him put wigs on and attended his concert. What the fuck was going on? Right. He looked just like his parents, looked just like him. One of my favorite people of all time. My divine inspirer, right. They say he likes Star Wars too, so he's a real keeper. So I listened to this the other day, didn't I? Let me get my right gear on. We don't have a Draenei, so my hit's not capped. It is now. could tokenize the Napoleon moon boots. They call them moon boots. I remember looking them up when I was younger. The fucking boots that he wore during the dance scene from this movie. I guess he wore them the entire movie or whatever. Like, I remember moon boots as those shoes that had these like elastic bands in them, remember? And they were basically just an expensive way to roll your ankle. That's what I remember moon boots being, you know. Hey, they got their trial and error done. Cool. Congrats, guys. Spread the word. You don't need fucking... What time is it now? It's 3 in the morning. Yeah, I guess I'm done. I just wanted to hop on for a minute and... Alright guys,